Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video giving my thoughts on a recent interview with Robert Kirkman, who says that the Walking Dead TV series and comic book series will probably have different endings. Okay, and I'll put the link in the description to Geeking Out podcast as well as the independent co.uk, so to both of them. So there's the Geeking Out podcast or Geeking Out show. I guess it's an additional new show that Kevin Smith has going in addition to Comic Book Man. I don't really keep up too much with Comic Book Man. I watched it in the beginning. I did a review for the premiere, and then kind of after that I kind of fell out of watching it week to week. It's cool because I love comics and stuff, but personally for me, I haven't kept up with it. But Geeking Out looks pretty cool. They have some different stuff, and AMC's got a video on their page with the kind of part of the interview with Kevin Smith, and or it's just kind of geeking out. So it's kind of like an interview. It's kind of like them just kind of hanging out and talking about stuff. And so he told Kevin Smith on Geeking Out, I hope the show ends and the comic keeps going. The comic was the comic before the show, and so I try to maintain that. I know how I want The Walking Dead to end, so I can't tell anyone because I don't want it on the show before I get it in my comic, he continued before quipping. So if the show were to end ever at any point and the comic was still going, I would have to sit down with Scott Gimple and pretend I have no idea how to end it and come up with another ending. Yeah, really cool. So it kind of like makes you think about like, okay, who's in charge with regards to the TV series 100%, or who's the top dog, so to speak? Is it Kirkman? Is it the showrunner? Is it Gimple? It's kind of a mixture of them. It's kind of both of them. But I feel like the TV series is kind of Scott Gimple's at this point, and if you want true Kirkman, then you've got to go to the comics to get the original. I guess you could say the original Walking Dead really is the comics, and then kind of the TV series is Kirkman involved, but is kind of, at least nowadays, last several seasons, season 4 and onward, is kind of Scott Gimple controlled. So with Kirkman's approval, of course. So this means that we're probably going to see different endings for the comic books and the TV series. So I wanted to give my thoughts on that, and you guys can write yours in the comments below on what you think. I really like this one. So this is good because the comic book series and the TV series, they are quite a bit different if you look at them, all the way through. I've done videos. I did a special one time, I think it was last Christmas, and we went through a lot of the differences between them. It was like a 45-minute video, and didn't even touch on it went through a lot of the major differences between the two in the comparison, but there's so many differences between the TV series and the comics. They're just they're not completely different. One's an adaptation of the other, but they're definitely separate. They're definitely different, and I kind of like it actually. The more the TV series kind of gets away from the comic, there's certain times when I'm like, okay, this isn't really that good. But most of the time when they veer away from what they have in the comics, I actually do still like it, and I don't consider it to be 100% filler most of the time that they do different things in the TV series. Keeps it original, keeps it good, and sometimes, like with regards to maybe some of the Alexandrian deaths and that, with how close they were to the comic, I kind of felt like maybe they should have remixed it a little bit more. It's like I like seeing those comic moments brought to life, but I also like it when they mix it up so that we don't really know for sure what's going to happen. Like we don't know 100%. So while still keeping it close. So it looks like the endings will probably be quite a bit different, and for that I do like it because the big problem is like what's going to happen with Game of Thrones now. Game of Thrones, the TV series, is going to end before the novels end. So, it's going to be like the TV series could spoil what's in the novels because it's being released sooner. So if they release that, The Walking Dead could be the same thing. If the TV series goes to end and then Gimple's like, hey, Kirkman, how is this supposed to end? And then they release it in the TV series first, it spoils the comics unless they're different. So I think this is really smart. I'm sure Kirkman has put a lot of thought into this, and because of that situation, Kirkman has to make it different. They have to kind of be different. Otherwise, it's going to spoil the ending of the comic book series if we see the TV series do the ending first, so to speak. Kirkman's very smart, obviously, and he's thought all this through, and this is good. 100% is good, because then when the TV series does end, probably, however many years, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years from now, if we get there, probably not 10 years, it would probably be before then, before another decade. But then the comics, if it's still running for 20 years or something, till issue 400 or something, then when it eventually does end, it'll be totally different. So this is good. It keeps them both fresh, keeps them both original, and it gives you 2 versions of the story, and you get to choose which one you like better. For me, I like the TV series better, but I know some of you guys like the comics better overall. So yeah, it's cool stuff. And we'll just do some more stuff for the Q&A for today. So there is an update for the Here's Negan. So Here's Negan Part 6. I'll put the link in the description for you guys, so you can go ahead and check it out. ComicFrontline has it on his channel, and he shows the pages and everything like that. Not too much to say with regards to that. Sometimes I do an individual video with it. With this one, it's just kind of the continuation of the Here's Negan story with a few new pages in that. He's just got Negan killing some zombies with a fire extinguisher, saving the kid, and then them maybe getting started or getting ready to kind of move on in the zombie apocalypse. And that's really all there is for Here's Negan Part 6. There's not too much more to say about it other than that. But Here's Negan continuing to be good. Next one is from Andy Guadalupe. And he says, Ride with Norman Reedus got renewed for a 2nd season. Trev, what do you think? What are your thoughts? And you guys can write your comments below. Has anyone actually watched Ride with Norman Reedus all the way through? I just watched the premiere. I reviewed it with you guys, and I was like, I don't have a bike. It's really not my thing, so that's it. I just checked out the premiere. But if you guys got a chance to check out the rest of the season, write your comments below. Let me know how it was, because I didn't get to see it all the way through. For me personally, I just feel like, The Walking Dead is AMC's biggest series ever. Any other series they can release to add on to that, they're going to do it. Season 2 for Ride with Norman Reedus, of course, getting renewed. Am I surprised it got renewed? No, I'm not surprised it got renewed, because the more AMC can kind of release other shows related to The Walking Dead, the better it is for them. It's going to work, right? Better than some random new show that may or may not work. Like Into the Badlands, is that get a second season? I don't even know. I don't know. Did that get a season 2? I'm not sure. But yeah, so it's a good thing whenever they do, for the network anyway. In terms of me as a viewer, as a fan, it's not really my deal because I don't bike, but I'm sure people who do bike and like The Walking Dead might love the show as kind of like something to just kind of check out with Norman Reedus. So for that, it's kind of cool. I like Norman Reedus, of course. Love Daryl, one of my favorite characters in the series, and Norman Reedus does an awesome job as him. Awesome. Again, we're talking about the differences between the comics and the TV series. There's a huge difference right there is Daryl and Merle, of course, not existing in the comics. So good stuff. But I'm not really into Ride with Norman Reedus is really what I'm saying. If it got a second season, great. I'm happy for Norman Reedus if that's what he wants. And for AMC if it's working. And for any of you guys who like it, I'm happy for you. It's just that, personally me, I'm not into bikes. I don't ride, so it's what it is. Next one's from 0P681. And he says, I think this is the most hyped I've ever been for a Walking Dead season. Can't wait to find out who is going to get the bat. So yeah, man, this is a pretty hyped up season, to be honest. We'll see how it feels. Now we're into October, so it's it's Walktober. Somebody call it Walktober. I like that. It's Walktober, so that's fun. And we don't have too much longer. We only have a few weeks until the premiere for The Walking Dead. So very excited to see the official premiere of The Walking Dead. Fear is great too, but The Walking Dead, can't wait. And I'm trying to think, is this like the most hyped? It's hard for me to tell, but this is either the most hyped season ever, or maybe second to Season 6 or Season 5. Season 5 was pretty big hype because of the train cart with Terminus in that. That was pretty big, and, No Sanctuary, the ratings in that were the highest episode ever. So maybe Season 5 is the most hyped season ever, but we'll see when we get to Season 7 and we see the premiere. Once we get the ratings for the premiere, I'll let you guys know, but I think this could surpass Season 5. We'll see. If it doesn't, maybe they'll never pass Season 5. Maybe Season 5 was like the high point for Walking Dead, because otherwise it should pass it based on story. So we'll see where the public is at with that. It should be big for sure. Next one's from James Rials, and he says, Trev, do you think the lawsuit will affect the show in any way? So the $280 million lawsuit that Frank Darabont is going through right now with AMC. No, I don't think so, James. I don't think it will affect it, and I also don't think he's going to win it. So I don't think he's going to win all the money anyway. He might get like $28 million or something, but I don't think he's going to get $280, and I also don't think he's going to get a percentage rights in the future to Walking Dead. But we'll see what happens with it if he does get a percentage each episode or something. Like if he was to get 10% of everything they do Walking Dead, yeah, that would affect the show because that's like 10% of the profits of it, right? So that would affect it big time. But I don't think he's going to win it. So that's just a prediction. I don't think he's going to get it. So if he doesn't get it, then it shouldn't. But if he did get it and he got some kind of profit sharing rights in the future, that would affect it. Yeah, so I'm basically saying I don't think he's going to win it, and I don't think he's going to get anything from it, and I don't think it will affect the show. Let's hope it doesn't. So, I mean, maybe he can get a little bit, and that's good for him, fine, whatever. But I personally don't want to see it hurt the show, for sure. Next one's from Bright Star, and he says, Hey, Trev, Walking Dead Q&A, do you think Shiva will get to kill Stephen Ogg's character, Simon? I think that would be so cool. So you want to see... Shiva the tiger, anybody who doesn't know, you want to see the tiger get a hold of Stephen Ogg's character Simon. That would be perfect because I believe he attacks the hilltop in the premiere. This isn't really spoilers, this is in the trailer, so I'm not giving you guys information you couldn't get from dissecting and watching the trailer. I did a breakdown video on it, and yeah, in the breakdown video, you can see some of the clips in that from the trailer, that it looks like he may be, and not a confirmed 100%, but looks like he may be leading an attack against the Hilltop because the Hilltop was in the works with Rick and the others with killing some of the guys there at that outpost. So if he's going to go there to punish them, I think would be pretty cool if maybe he gets into it with the Kingdom and all. Maybe you have some kind of, because he's kind of like Negan's top lieutenant. If Negan wants something done, he sends him out and he goes and does it. So they could set it up, if he's doing that to the Hilltop, you could see him doing that to the Kingdom, and then Ezekiel wanting to get revenge on him, and maybe Shiva get him. So that'd be cool. That'd be fun. But I don't think it will be Shiva. I think it will be probably somebody from Rick's group in some kind of skirmish that gets him, I'm thinking. So, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Maybe Rick eventually. We'll see. So that'd be cool. That'll be it for today's Q&A, guys. Send me continued questions. We're getting closer now. Getting really excited for Walktober. It's awesome stuff. And if you guys, it's like Christmas coming early. If you guys like this video today, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can also share. You got a Facebook? I know you got Facebook. You guys all got Facebook. Share it through to Facebook, damn it. Click the buttons, damn it. And if you're gaming, Alt-Tab, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe at the bottom left if you're new. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys again soon for another. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace. Later, guys. I'll see you soon.